It's like frozen.
There we are live. So now we can all start acting like maniacs.
Want this butter?
Okay, so it's all of you, Seth and Ruby, make it back to Aether King's complex. And as I recall from the last game, you plan to let Ruby go ahead and stay with you guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Very, very interesting.
No matter any of the protesting I did.
Is there anything you guys are going to do for the evening?
I
guess not.
I mean, I'd definitely look through the books that I've purchased.
Okay.
Probably leaning towards the one for relic crafting.
Sounds good. I haven't formulated any rules on that process, but I expect that after reading several books on knowledge, you can possibly earn skill points towards that specific goal.
Okie dokie.
Study being a form of improving your skills.
you have to invite Aether King back.
Uh-oh. She left us?
Yeah, she accidentally closed the tab.
Shame.
You guys are supposed to be better with technology than me.
Maybe Aether is, not me. I'm still perplexed on how computers work, so.
All right, there we go. All right, since nobody's going to do anything, you crash for the evening. Aether King, I need you to make a roll against your willpower.
I wanted to say something.
Yeah. So a D10 against your willpower. Was that a failure?
No, 1 minute.
No.
My willpower is
Oh, it seems like we're all operating slowly this morning.
okay. My willpower is at a 6, and you said what do I need to roll?
You got to roll a D10.
D10. Okay,
And you got to roll under a 6.
got it. I got a 6.
You got a 6. Okay, you succeeded. You're not feeling very well, and you wake up and you see a woman above you. She's kind of like straddling you. She's on top of you. She's got her hands planted firmly on your shoulders, and her mouth is opened up, and long black tentacles are wrapped around your head.
Oh, wonderful.
And it looks like Ruby. Her eyes are turned back into her head. All you see is the whites, and you just see these writhing black tentacles wrapping around your head, and one of them's trying to like go into your mouth.
Ew.
Oh,
Roll initiative.
Man, I'm sure you loved having her over your place.
Ooh, I got a 9.
Am I rolling the same die again?
Initiative. You're rolling initiative.
oh, I can't even
So
tell.
whatever your initiative score is plus a d6.
Which your initiative score is equal to your agility.
So 7 and then add in the
And then you roll it. Yeah, whatever you roll it, you take your initiative and then roll 1d6 and add it to it.
9.
9. No, so you go at the same time. What are you planning to do? I already know what she's planning to do.
Planning to do?
No, what are you going to do?
I don't know, because you said the tentacles are wrapped around me and one's in my mouth.
No, she's getting ready to plunge one of the tentacles into your mouth. But you tied an initiative, so you're going to go at the same time. So I just need to know what you plan to do.
You know, let it happen.
Is there a way I can use air magic to like push her away?
Or you can try to use air magic.
Okay, so I'm a
Describe to me. Describe
no,
to me what
wait
you.
a minute, wait a minute. I'm not doing that. I'm going to instead um instead I'm going to think of a song that can calm me down.
You're thinking of think of a song that can calm you down.
Yes, that's what I'm gonna do.
What kind of song?
We're gonna think of let's say a lullaby my mom used to sing to me.
A lullaby?
Yes.
Well, sing it.
Oh hell no.
I mean, if you're going to role play singing the song in your head, you got to tell me what song it is.
Fine, let's see. You're killing me here.
Insert copyrighted song here.
Well, the funny thing is that she thinks she's dreaming.
That's fine. How about this? Instead, I'm just going to try and push her away.
You're going to try and push her away.
Yeah, I'm gonna push my way through.
Contest of strength then.
Yes.
Big strength check.
Strength check. My might is at a 3, so I'm very weak.
Right. So you better roll against that on a d10.
Okay.
She's already got a firm grip on you with the tentacles wrapped around your head, and she is sitting on top of you. And she's firmly got her palms in your shoulders holding you down.
Oh, I got a 2.
You got a 2.
Yeah.
You didn't beat her strength.
Well, yeah, I didn't think so.
You just about thought you were going to push her off, but then she just doubled down and forced you back down into the pillows. And then that tentacle strikes. And it shoots right down your throat. You feel it wiggling down your esophagus. You're going to take, ouch, 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage.
And now you're unable to shout or scream, which is probably what you should have done in the first place.
Huh?
I said, now you're unable to shout or scream, which is probably what you should have done in the first place.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Yeah, I should have. I was
You were in shock from.
Dante. Okay, so what's happening now?
All right. She made her attack and you made your attack, and now roll initiative again.
Oh gosh.
I got an 8.
I'm gonna die. I got a 7.
A 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Her tentacles wrapped around your head tighten up even more, bringing your face closer to her, and you feel that tentacle slithering down into your stomach. You feel it wiggling around in your stomach, as a matter of
Ew.
fact.
Sorry.
And you take another 2 points of damage this time.
Oh gosh. 2, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
How many hit points do you have total?
My fatigue points?
Your health points.
My health points. I have 15 at first. I lost 3 and I just lost 2 more.
So
Right.
you lost 5, so that's 1/3 of
Fifth, I'm
your
at-
health. So you're going to need to make a roll on the wounds table.
On the wounds table. Okay, the wound table.
Yep, it's 1 to 100.
1 to 100.
Yep, and you want to roll high.
Well, we'll see. 75.
75. What's the result?
75 is painful wound minus 20% to skill checks for 1d4 rounds.
There you go. So you got a minus 20% modifier for the next 4 rounds.
Wonderful.
And it's your turn.
Okay.
That's probably one of the better rolls you could have gotten on the wound table.
Because if you roll a
Uh,
1, that means you just have one bad turn.
It's like I'm going to get to kill off a character today, finally.
Oh no.
That's what happens when you invite strangers into your home.
I was honestly thinking that this was a dream, but because I'm supposed to be having nightmares, but I guess not. You know, I haven't had one yet.
This is what we call a living nightmare.
Thomas.
All right, new round.
Okay.
You're not going to do anything.
I mean,
Okay, I guess she's just in a complete panic. It doesn't know what to do.
no.
And-
Okay. Okay. I'm a. That's a good idea.
While you're thinking about what you're going to do, make a willpower check to see if you can actually do anything.
Power check. Wonderful. It's gonna die at this point. What dice am I rolling for the willpower?
D10. You're rolling against just your willpower. So you got to roll above your will, or got to roll below your willpower score to succeed.
I got a 5.
And what's your willpower?
It's at 6.
Okay, so you made it. So you can actually do something.
Okay.
Hmm?
You know, I'm gonna try and bite off the tentacle.
You're going to try and bite it.
Yeah. Or can
Alright.
I use? Ooh.
You can try and bite it.
No. Can I use air magic to try and like hit into the wall or something? Not even at her, but just anywhere.
Yeah, you can employ magic. Your willpower allows you to do something. So, what are you going to try to do exactly with the air magic? And are you going to try and synergize, or you kind of got to formulate it into a specific spell?
I'm going to
Describe what you're doing.
can I use my air magic to make noises?
You can.
Okay, could I do that?
Yeah, you can push it
Like
up
a
to
really
the.
loud noise?
You can push it up to the speed of sound and slap it against the wall and make a loud crack. Absolutely. But
Can
remember,
I take
you have a -20 modifier to your skill check.
So it'd be a -20.
Yeah, -20 modifier to your skill. What's your skill?
If I was good with air magic, it would my skill scores at 55.
So it's going to be 35. You got to roll a 35 or under.
Okay. I guess I just have to roll, right?
Yep.
Okay.
You already know what you're going to do. Now you just got to roll the skill.
Okay. I got an 18.
18. Okay. You whip that spell up and it makes a loud crack like thunder as it smacks against the wall and you feel the room shake. All right. Roll initiative. I got an 11.
Got a 10.
You got a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody else make a perception check for me, please.
Yes, sir.
1d10.
And we will find out if you guys get woke up by that loud booming sound.
3,
in the
I
other
wake
room.
up. Well, most likely I wake up. That's high. 3 to a 5.
Yeah, all you gotta do is roll under your perception.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. I rolled a 5 and my perception, I think, was an 8, but I'm not sure. I gotta double check. Yeah, it's an 8.
You made it as well.
Yeah, I rolled a 5.
Okay. Where'd Hana go?
I'm here contemplating if I'm dying or not.
Did you make your initiative roll?
Yeah, I did already. The first one, right? Because you got 11 and I got 10.
Okay, you got a 10. So she goes first, and you feel that tentacle plunging deeper, more of it just going into your body. You feel it writhing around inside you, and it's really painful. You're
Ugh.
gagging, you can barely breathe. And 5 points of damage.
Now I'm at 5.
Make a roll on the wound table. You want to roll high.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm gonna die.
the
93.
93, what's the result?
Um,
I think they get less and less detrimental the higher you roll for them.
No negative effects.
There you go. So you
I
just
have a
took the, yeah, go ahead.
I have a question about the wound table. When do we roll on it?
Every time you take 1/3 of your health and damage.
So when you hit the milestone of like 1/3, another third, and then obviously the next third is the death table because you hit 0.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
So if you have 15 hit points, the first threshold is when you take 5 damage. You got to make on the a roll on the wound table.
Did you happen to stop the live stream?
No, I did not.
No.
Because it looks like we only have a video that's 20 minutes long, and it restarted from the beginning when I clicked onto it.
We've only been going 20 minutes. It's live right now, and we're at 20 minutes and 47 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, now I see. It updated for me. I don't know why it was showing that the video was ended.
yeah, now we're live, and we are recording. It just takes a little while, a moment for it to update on Twitch. Right, where was I at? Now you just made me lose track. Everybody died.
Oh no, sorry.
Shit. I'm sorry. That's my fault.
No, it's an important note to remember. Remember that that wound table is contingent on 1/3 your health, whatever your health happens to be at the moment. So if you take the first 5 points of damage out of 15 as your max, let's say, you make a roll on the wound table, that leaves you with 10 hit points left. So let's say the next amount of damage is 4. That still meets the criteria of 1/3 of your health. Again, you make a roll on the wound table. And it just keeps getting worse from there if you keep taking damage. And then, of course, once you go below 0, you're death table. But even the death table won't be so bad if you roll high. And all these tables are contingent on the fact that you roll high. If you don't roll high, then bad things happen. Okay, Aether King, you made your successful save on the wound table, and now it's your turn. What are you gonna do?
Trying not to die here.
Oh, how many hit points do you have left, by the way?
I have 5 left.
And how many points did you put into that air spell?
I put in 3.
3. So now you have 3, or you burned 3 fatigue. So you're still good to go on that score.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what are you gonna do? Yeah, you're in a massive amount of pain. You feel like your insides are just being like shredded by this tentacle that's writhing around inside of you. The tentacles that are wrapped around your head are just continuing to tighten. You're almost forehead to forehead with this creature that's on top of you. She almost even barely looks human now. Her flesh is kind of like darkened and cracked, and her eyes have started to put on this weird, eerie, kind of a soft reddish glow, and they're clouded over.
I try and use my air magic to try and force the tentacle out
How?
by pushing it, like getting air in there and pushing the tentacle out.
You don't think that'll work? You could probably push on her head to try and push her head back, but that would be the same purpose as pushing her off of you.
Okay, what about?
But
then it would be a magic check versus a might check.
Right. So just she puts a lot of points into it. Her rolls are 1d6 per point. So she could, if she put enough points into it, generate enough points to defeat her strength.
What about filling up her with air?
Same thing. You're causing direct damage. It just depends on how many points you do. In all honesty, if you try to pump air inside of her to blow her up, it's still going to be a contest. But if you just use air as like a shield to push her away from you, then it's not really a contest anymore. It's just you. Well, no, because it's direct damage. It's a contest either way.
Okay, I'll try that.
Yeah, or you could do something else interesting with air. I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do with air. Plus, you have other disciplines. Don't forget those. Synergy is important, especially if you want to defeat your minuses on your skill checks.
Okay, how about can I make like a air blade sort of thing and like slice her head off?
How? You've got to describe it to me with your other disciplines. What other disciplines do you have?
Force and control.
Force and control. So control is more of controlling the mind, but
Yeah.
the other one, the force, you can take your air and put it into a force, so like a blade, yes. So you can
Yes.
synergize with force. And it also depends on how many points you put into it, how much damage you can cause.
3 points.
You're going to put 3 points into it.
Yeah.
How much fatigue do you have?
Oh,
You can still do it. You can go under 0 fatigue.
because I have only like 2 fatigue points left.
Yep. So you have 2 fatigue point left. All that means if you burn 3 fatigue, you're going to go below 0. And if you go below 0, that just means you're going to make a roll on the fatigue table. But the fatigue table is not deadly.
Okay, got it. So I'm gonna do it.
Okay. So
Okay.
you're going to do a 3-point blade to attack her with.
To slice off her head.
And since you're using force, you don't have to make an attack roll because you're just directing it with force. You're actually directing it with magic. So you're going to have a successful attack if you make your skill check. Your skill check, since you're synergizing with only one, you're going to have a minus 10% to your skill check. So you got to roll a 45 or on a D100. And you two get ready to roll initiative for next round.
I got a 60.
You got a 60.
Yeah.
Ooh. Make a check on the fatigue table. So you made the blade, but you're just being like roughed up so much you couldn't control it as well as you thought you could, and your blade missed its strike. Or it just fizzled out before it hit her. What initiatives did you two get?
Oh.
Hmm?
Okay, you said get ready, so I didn't roll yet.
That was a 1d10, right?
Plus 5,
Yeah.
11.
It's
I got
no initiative is
No
your
fatigue.
no fatigue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's
You
right.
rolled high.
Yeah. I got a 94.
Awesome.
So
So it's your initiative plus a D6 roll. All
the
initiative,
initiative
Save
is
me.
based off of the agility.
correct.
Okay, so 9.
You don't have your initiative score written down?
No, it's a 9 now though. I got a 9.
All right. So your initiative score, which is what, 6?
Yeah, I rolled a 6, so that's plus
No,
3.
no. What is your initiative score?
Oh, a 3 if it's based off my agility.
Yeah. So what's your agility? 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So make sure you write that down.
Yeah, I am doing that now.
Because that can change over time
Yeah.
with modifiers and stuff like that. All right. So what'd you get, Nicholas?
11.
11. All right. You first hear a loud crack coming from the other room where Anna's sleeping.
So
Yep.
downstairs.
You kind of like jerked awake, and you were the first to react to this noise. And a minute later, after you see like Astor Smith get sitting up. Oh no, you're in separate rooms. Never mind. But you hear that. Astor Smith, a few moments later, you jump up hearing a loud cracking noise from the other room. Aether King, did you make your initiative roll? I don't go until 7.
I got 8.
You got a what?
An 8.
An 8? Okay.
Yeah.
You're next. Nicholas and Aster are now awake. You'll be able to
Now
react next
I'm
round.
gonna bite on the tentacle.
You're gonna try and bite on the tentacle. Strength check.
Oh,
D10.
Great.
Or you can cast a spell.
I can?
Yeah, you can continue casting spells. You're just gonna go further and further into fatigue.
Well, don't they need will points still?
No, you can go into negative fatigues as much as you want. You just have to keep making rolls on the fatigue table is all.
I thought you needed power points still to cast.
Well,
Yeah.
if you don't have power points, then you're stuck.
Yeah, I don't have any PowerPoints.
Oh, okay.
I'm at 0 PowerPoints right now.
You can go into negative power points too, but then you got to make a roll on the wound table.
No.
Yes. I said you got to make a roll on the wound table if you go into negative power points. Yeah, you can go in the negatives on any of these. You just have to make a roll on the appropriate table afterwards.
Oh, geez.
Because when you go into negative power points, in other words, you're trying to pull more magic than your body can handle. That's why you got to make a roll on the wound table if you do it. But you can do it. So, Aether, what are you going to do? You're going to try to use magic, or you just
I'm gonna try that blade again.
you're going to try the blade magic again?
Yeah.
3 points.
Yep.
All right, go for it. Make your roll. 45 or under.
10.
10. Okay, this time you hit her with the magic roll 3d6.
I got a 6
You got a 6,
from rolling, and then you said 3.
3d6. You got to roll. You got to roll a d6 for each power point you used, and add them together.
So 9 then?
9 total.
Yeah.
Okay, so you rolled 9 total. Now, since you burned 3 points into negatives, you got to roll 3 times on the wound table.
Roll 3 times on the
On the wound table, yes.
Dang.
No, this is good. You get to see how the mechanics work for going into negatives.
Yeah, this is nice information.
What's your first roll? What's your first roll, Aether?
So 77 was the first one, and that means that I'm trying to go back to the 77 on the wound table is the negative 20%.
Okay, so you got another negative 20%. Go ahead and roll again.
I got a 91.
Awesome. Roll one
And
more
that's
time.
no negative effect, and then one more time. It's 97.
Yeah, you are lucky. All right. Now, since you burned 3 points, you've also burned 3 more points of fatigue. So roll on the fatigue table again for me. And it's 3 times on the fatigue table since you are 3 times into the negative.
I got the fatigue table. I got a 74.
Okay.
What is that? 74 is dazed 1 round.
Right. Go ahead and roll again.
I got a 17. It's sleep to recover.
Okay, roll again.
And then I I got a, what was it again? It was like 50 something, 57. I can't read that first word, but 1 round to recover. Stumble?
Yeah.
Yeah. In other words, you have no real ill effects. You're going to need to sleep to recover all your points back. The only thing I was really looking forward is if you're going to pass out or not. None of the other ones will really make much of a difference at the moment. Okay. Now she gets her attack.
What, but like, how much is the damage? Like, did it work? Did it not work?
She's still moving. You see blood spraying out of her neck, but she's still moving. You feel the tentacles tighten more, and then she just kind of like slams her head forward into yours, and you feel that tentacle just rush into your body. It like seems to get thicker and thicker and thicker. You feel like your jaw's about to break. And she rolls 5 points of damage. You still,
I'm dead.
Yeah, you're at 0. It doesn't mean you're dead. Now you get to roll on the death table. Yeah, once you reach 0, you got to roll on the death table.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I got a 93.
Yeah. What's a 93?
No negative effects.
There you go. You're not dead.
Oh, thank
All right. New round. Roll initiative, everybody. Nicholas and Aster can actually act this round. So can Seth, and so can Ruby.
I got an 8.
I got an 8.
Okay, I got a 7. What'd you get, Aether? After all that, I'm surprised you can still actually function.
I guess in real life, Aether passed out.
Jeez,
I got 10.
You got a 10? You're first. You're in negative fatigues and negative magic points, but you can still continue into the negatives if you wish. It just means more rolls on those tables. You know, you did a lot of damage to her, so she probably doesn't have many more. You had 15. You did how much to her? 9. So she can't have too many more.
I'm gonna try it again.
Yeah.
Finish off the neck.
All right, 3 more points.
This time 2.
2.
Yeah.
All right. Do your skill check. Remember, you're at minus 20 more points. So with synergy, you got the plus 10. So you're minus 30% to your main score. So you got to do a 25 or under.
I got 24.
You got a 24. Roll your damage.
Okay.
2d6.
Four plus the 2, 5.
5 points of damage. Okay, so you did 5 points of
6.
damage.
That's 6 points, right?
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 4.
A 4?
Yeah. Plus the 2, right?
Oh,
No.
okay. A 4 and a 2. So that is 2d6. Okay, so you did 6 points of damage.
Mhm.
Now I need you to make one roll on the wound table, and then another roll on the wound table. I'm sorry, the death table, because you're already in the negatives.
Okay, so I got.
No, wait.
Which one am I rolling first?
Wound table, I'm sorry.
Okay.
You're in the negatives of PowerPoints is what's going on. So 2 rolls on the wound table.
Dazed. I got like a 80 something.
Okay.
I got an 88.
And 1 more roll.
For what?
Wound table. You gotta do 2 rolls on the wound table since you did 2 points of in the negatives and PowerPoints.
72. Painful wound. 20% to check.
Okay, to skill checks, yeah. So basically, you're almost at your wit's end. You're not going to be able to do too much more after that. That's like 40, 50. You're at minus 50% on everything right now.
Okay.
Okay, and I need you to make 2 rolls on the fatigue table now again as well.
2 rolls on the fatigue table.
Yep, because you're still burning negatives in your magic points, which is also burning fatigue. And you're in the negatives of fatigue, so you got to roll on the fatigue table as well.
So I got a 69. That is drop weapon. If I don't have a weapon.
Right, so you don't have to worry about that.
And that one is fatigued for. I got like a 88.
And
That says fatigue something. Right.
as long as it's not the one that makes you pass out, you're good to go.
Okay.
All right. So now it's Nicholas Masari's turn. I'm letting you go first before Aster because you're pretty much pre-prepared last round. You're in your room. You heard a loud crack coming from Hana's room, or Aether King's room. I'm sorry, and you hear just a loud thrashing in there and screaming.
I'm gonna rush downstairs and into her room.
Okay, so that's going to be if you use both your actions as a full move, you can get in there this round.
Okay.
You just won't be able to do anything else this round. But you run down there and you crash through the door and you see Aether King just rolling around on her bed, yelling and trying to move her arms, just creating like a crazy amount of noise. Aster. Oh, you also passed Ruby in the hallway. She's like rubbing her eyes, wondering what's going on. She was getting ready to say something to you, but you just barreled past her. And Seth, you also saw, was just coming out of his door. Aster.
That's what I see. Oh, that's what.
Now it's that's what Thomas saw. You're still in your room.
Okay.
That's what Nicholas saw.
All right, so I'm gonna start running out also then.
All right, so you come barreling out of your room, you pass Ruby and Seth in the hallway, and they're bringing up the rear. Are you doing a full move action as well to get into the room?
Yeah, I'd be sprinting.
Okay, you both see the same thing. And it's a new round. Everybody roll initiative.
There's my D6.
9.
10.
10.
Wow.
The D6 is my friend today.
I rolled bad. I got a 6.
Got a 10.
10. Well, since you're in the mix right now, Aether, you're on the verge of death. I'm going to let you go first.
I think I'm gonna let her breathe this round. I'm just gonna like,
Hello.
yeah.
No, you're not going to get to breathe. Something's going to happen.
What?
Well, you're in the negative, so you're going to roll on the death table again.
Okay. So can I just roll on the death table?
Yeah, you don't have to do anything else if you don't want to, but you got to roll the death table. As long as you're in the negatives of health.
Knocked cold.
Knocked cold.
Appears dead.
Okay. Nicholas Masari, in your action, you're getting ready to like do something, and then all of a sudden you see Aether King snap awake. Her eyes flap open. She's breathing heavily and sits up.
What?
You just had a nightmare.
I told you what the I told you I was a nightmare. What? Really?
Yeah, you have the bad dreams thing. What do you want?
What the hell? I knew it was a dream.
It was a very vivid one. more vivid than you've ever had before in your life.
Damn, that's
And
crazy.
you feel the tiring effects of it. And naturally, because it's the dream, you're going to have a minus 20% all day, just like whenever you have bad dreams because you had poor sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. Thanks.
But
You
yes,
know?
you took no physical damage in this dream.
Okay,
But
that's good. Wow. You know,
and you see Ruby at the door, so you know pretty much it was a dream. You don't see tentacles hanging out of her mouth, at least not at the moment.
at least not.
You guys realize it's 5 in the morning. Lights starting to peek in through the windows. So at least she let you sleep till 5 a.m. before she brutally woke you up with that loud clap.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good casting a spell in your sleep.
So, you good there, Aether?
Yeah, just peachy. I'm just gonna need a moment to just breathe.
Yep. The spell points you actually expended will recover 1 point every 10 minutes. So within the hour, you'll be back to normal.
Okay. And what about my fatigue points?
Same thing. 1 point every 10 minutes
Okay.
of rest.
I'm going to back to sleep.
Oh, you can't.
I can't?
No.
Okay.
You're too shook up from the dream.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that bad dream trait you have, that ruins your sleep for the day. So you're not going to get any sleep to like remove that negative 20 points. So you're going to have that negative 20 skill check all day long.
What if I ask someone to knock me out?
Won't work.
Then I'd be able to go to sleep.
Yeah, but it won't be restful sleep.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, they can give you like knockout drops or something or sleeping pills, but it won't be restful sleep.
Just a lot of melatonin.
Yep. Either way you go, you're going to have that minus 20% all day long.
got it.
That's part of that trait.
Then I'm just gonna slowly wake up
Nicholas
Take
had
a
to deal with that
shower.
last game.
and take a nice shower, you know?
Okie dokie.
Decompress.
Like I said, in an hour you'll be back into fighting trim as you will, but you'll still have that negative 20 modifier all day long.
I'm gonna raid the pantry and make tea for everybody.
There you go. Is anybody going to do anything in particular this morning? And what are your plans for the day?
I want to read some of Nicholas's books, if he'll let me.
You can. Similar to other games, if you study something specific for the month, reading
Yes.
the books on some specific topic, then you'll earn some skill points towards that skill at the end of the month.
Thomas, what books do you have right now that I could read?
Life, ritual, and relic crafting.
Can I look at the relic crafting?
Sure, I'm not reading it right now.
Thank you. I'm gonna be reading that.
So you're going to attempt to learn relic crafting. And Nicholas is learning relic crafting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you guys can learn to make your own relics, you can sell them and make tons of money.
Is there a system for two people working together to create something?
Yes.
So we could work together to make more powerful ones too.
We've got a system planned for ritual magic that can use multiple people, because a lot of the ritual magic requires a lot of spell points or power points. So the more casters you have present to create a relic, the more powerful of a relic you can create.
Okay.
Like even a relic of 1 takes hundreds of power points to produce. And when you get to a relic, like a level 5 relic, you're talking literally in the thousands of power points. So this is something like ritual magic that takes place over time. So if you had like 10 spellcasters at your disposal to create a power level 5 relic, it'd probably take you literally months to create.
Fair enough.
A level 1 relic, quicker if you have enough spellcasters on hand. And
Probably
right,
take a day if you have 10.
well, it depends. Each spellcaster has what, like maybe 10 power points max, up to 15, depending on their skills. And if it's like, several hundred points to make, it might take you several days.
Okay.
But right now you have what, at least 4 spellcasters on hand.
Yeah. One of them is a nightmare monster.
None of you know what her nightmare was yet.
Nope.
Esther, are you gonna do anything?
A lot of contemplating. Spending some time in my room right now while everyone else is like doing stuff. I guess.
Nobody's gonna bother asking Aether King what happened?
Uh,
I guess not.
no,
All right,
this
you're
is
in your room.
still-
You're in your room contemplating. Nobody
Am I
Yeah.
cares.
allowed to go
I'm contemplating.
outside and buy stuff here, or do I have to have Aether with me to buy stuff here?
Nobody cares, Aether.
Do I have to buy stuff here with Aether, or can I buy stuff here on my own?
Aether has to be there.
Okay.
Yep, you're on tribal lands. You have to be escorted by your sponsor.
Gotcha.
Or any other elf for that matter. If King Roman was here, but he's being held, he could actually wander you around the tribal lands. Any elf can. But it's less than a block to get to a store off of tribal lands if you want to go somewhere.
Okay.
Don't do it. You still need me to come get you to bring you back inside.
Yeah, no.
It's always a good thing to leave off away from the party by yourself too, because then I can do all kinds of nifty stuff to you.
That's why it's a no.
Especially
Where
when you
are
know
you
at least,
right now, Aether?
especially when at least 3 groups are looking for you.
Oh, where's Aether right now?
Taking a shower.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, can't go there.
But Ruby's here. Ruby's present. They're all in the kitchen, along with Seth and I think Nicholas, who's making tea.
All right, I'm gonna go to Aether King's room, even though she's in the shower.
Okay,
And I'm assuming the shower is in her room, or is it not?
it's in the hallway.
Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna knock on the hallway door then.
Yep, it's a central bathroom. There's one bathroom upstairs and one bathroom downstairs.
I knock on the bathroom that Aether's in and ask, hey, can I come in?
I think Aether disappeared. There's Aether. I don't
I'm
know
here.
I knock on the bathroom door that you're currently in and I ask if I can come in.
Yeah, you can come in.
All right. I go in, I close the door, and I say quietly that I wanted to talk to her about something privately.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, I say, yeah, go ahead.
But I'm making sure I'm quiet and that like no one can like eavesdrop.
Mm-hmm.
You're fine. Only Ruby has her ear to the door.
Wow.
So
I
they're all downstairs in the kitchen.
Okay. So, I say, hey, yesterday, me and Nicholas were told that we can't really trust Ruby by my brother.
That you can
And
trust her?
We can't trust her.
Well, that's a good thing she is right by our side, so we know exactly where she is.
Aster,
Yeah, but
make a perception check, please.
perception check. Perception check. 5 out of 8.
5 out of 8. You know, when
Yeah.
your brother said that, he only said that to mention because you already know she was a employee at a brothel. She's a prostitute.
Okay.
So she's after money and power and things like that, but not with any like cruel, evil intent.
Yeah, but I'm still like on the fence because she might have burned down my house, being
might.
like the only fire mage that we know.
She might have.
Exactly. And I mentioned that too. I say to
No,
Aether,
I just wanted to put the color on the image in your mind that it wasn't out of evil malice.
yeah,
It's more out of money grubbing. I'm going to be rich and powerful type thing.
yeah. I also tell Aether like, remember when that wizard guy, I think his name is Alexander, just off of memory, off of my own memory. I have his name somewhere on here. Yeah, Alexander. I say that he said that he didn't burn down my house, but she's the only person that we know with fire magic. So that's just a speculation on my own part. But that leads me to think that I can't trust her.
So you think you can trust her and you want to not have her around?
I mean, if I want to go investigate where I think it might be, I don't want her to be there and cause problems. But if we're all going together, we can all stop her. But
Well,
I still don't think we
go
should have
back
her.
to your brother.
Huh?
He thinks that he'll talk to her.
He's cremated now.
Then I guess it's just a matter of getting her away if that's what you want, or just confronting her once you get what you want, what we want to get.
Don't forget what you discussed about your brother last session and what you could do with the ashes.
Rebuild his body from the ashes.
You can.
Yeah, but that's going to take a lot of work.
That's what you discovered last session. It might be your only option.
Well, we don't got to talk to him again. Out of character, he already told me where he kept it, so I don't really need any more input from him.
True.
So we decided to let him rest in peace permanently, or as permanently as we can.
I thought you were going to bring him back to life and use him as a servant.
Nah, he good.
No, he's a little too holy.
So I leave the bathroom and I join everyone in the kitchen.
All right.
I say, I want to stop by my house, even though it's completely burned down. But the cars are still outside, so maybe we can get a car.
You can.
That's what I say to the group.
So you're going to go car shopping?
Yeah.
From your former home.
Yeah. Maybe look around the ashes to see if there's anything left over and anything that I can still salvage. And
But you
things like
probably have a family car at the house.
Yeah.
All you got to do is get to your house. That way you don't have to buy a car because your family, I imagine, has a fleet of cars.
Yeah.
being part of the Smith and Wesson family.
Yeah, we're rich like that. We just have it made.
You got the big bucks.
Yeah.
So
Does anyone reply to that, or am I just standing in the kitchen and everyone's just looking at me?
everyone's
I'm
just
like-
looking at you. Seth looks like he's still trying to wake up, drinking coffee, eating a biscuit. Ruby is just staring at you.
I'd just bring you a cup of tea and go sit back down at the table.
I guess nobody's interested this morning.
Well, we can wind down a little this morning first. That don't mean leave now.
Now, you guys discuss what you're going to do for a moment. I'm going to go refresh my coffee so I can wake up.
All right.
I'll be right back.
All right.
So, Nicholas,
I look up over my cup of tea.
did you make me a cup too?
I just handed you one.
Oh,
Made a cup of tea for everyone who wasn't in the room that said they didn't want one. That didn't say they didn't want one.
yeah. So, when do you think we should head out?
Probably as soon as Aether is ready and down here from her shower.
Sounds good.
I'm a little curious about what kind of nightmare she was having.
And probably something pretty bad with that
The amount of
Yes.
force she cracked that wall.
yeah, it was really loud. And it was already an uneasy night.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking about what Alexander Cole said the other day.
What
That
about?
wizard. Um, like remember you said something along the lines of how like he's the most powerful or he's not or something like that. And he said that he's the most powerful here, but maybe not like everywhere else. It just has me thinking maybe there's like more stuff going on outside of Chicago, like magic related.
I mean, obviously, we're not the only magical place. Yes, we have an academy here, so there's a condensed amount of mages here, but
Yeah.
we're definitely not the only academy in the world.
No, I just think it's interesting, and now there's artifacts and a bunch of other stuff. I mean, where'd all this stuff come from after the big change? I guess, I think it'd be nice to go around and try to advance my magic more and find more artifacts and magic items.
I mean, that's why I'm researching how to make them.
Out of character, what disciplines work for making them, or can you just make them?
I mean, that's a question for the GM, but
That's true.
I'm assuming it's just related to filling it with magic.
The kind that you have, basically.
What?
The kind that you have.
Yeah. Or you just have to. I'm assuming it's a ritual and you just have to be a spellcaster and it's a separate process.
Something like that. Aether, you done with the shower yet? Aether,
Maybe they went for a real shower.
East.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
So what are you all gonna do?
Waiting for Aether to finish the shower.
She's done.
And then head out to do what Aster wanted.
Okay, so you're gonna head to the old homestead.
Yep.
Again, you take the trolley up as far north as you can, and then you grab a cab out to your property, and you're there.
Ooh,
You see the ruins of your home.
how bad is it?
Oh, it looks better than it did before. It looks like a lot of the rubble and debris have been hauled off already. You still see a couple bulldozers out there. Nobody's working yet this early in the morning. But you see a lot of the rubble from the house has been removed.
Okay. So I'm gonna kind of like walk through the rubble a little bit and like look around, especially like near my brother's, or at least where my brother's room kind of was.
Right.
And you know, is everyone like, is every last person following my exact like movements, or is everyone kind of spreading out?
I don't know. I assume they're kind of following you because it's your house. At least Seth and Ruby are. They're following you. I don't know what Nicholas or Aether's doing.
I'm following.
Do you guys want to go? And I look at Ruby and Seth and I said, you guys look over there. It's kind of where the kitchen was. Maybe there's some keys lying around in the rubble.
Make a perception check, Aster.
No. 6 out of 8.
6 out of 8. One of the thing that horrifies you the most at the moment, like I said, a lot of the debris has been cleaned up already. There's still some left, a good amount of it left, but the section where your brother's room was and the area that was downstairs from this room has all been cleaned up and gone. It's just dirt ground. It's just dirt ground now. Portions of your living room are gone. The remains of the kitchen are still present. Still got all the rubble from the big stone fireplace you had. Some parts of the front room and the front entryway are still present. But for the most part, the entire back half of the mansion has been cleared already.
So I guess there's no workers out here at all, right?
Yeah. And if you recall, the last time you were in the house, you felt a sensation of power. This time you don't. This time you don't feel it.
So it's gone. It's gone with all the rubble.
You just didn't know what that sensation was the last time.
Yeah.
Now that your perception check and you realized where it was located, you realize that sensation you had of power was the ring all along. No, not the ring, the torque.
Yeah. So I guess there's no workers out here right now, right? Like it's just empty.
Right. There is a couple of bulldozers that they operate because they're not done clearing the site yet. But the workers aren't here yet.
Okay. I guess we could just look for some keys,
yep.
As I said previously.
Yep. You guys woke up early. It's probably only about 7 a.m. They'll probably be along in about an hour or two.
I go over to Nicholas. Hopefully it's just me and Nicholas standing next to each other and everyone else is looking around for keys.
Yeah, people are looking around all over the place. So yeah, you can find a moment to get to Nicholas off to the side.
Okay. And I just tell him like, yeah, they took apart his whole room and took all the debris from that area, so not here.
So what, we're going to the dump next?
Well, I want to figure out where they're throwing everything. So I guess we have to wait for them to get here. But in the meantime, I think I'm just going to look around, see if I can find anything of interest. Like, maybe like money or keys or anything like that.
Oh, everybody make a perception check, please.
Okay.
Oh. list.
I got a 9 out of 8, so I don't perceive it. Probably.
Nope.
I got a 7 out of 5, so I don't perceive it.
Aether.
When I rolled. But
Yeah, you want to get your perception. D10.
oh, D10. Yeah. I got a 1.
Got a 1.
Yeah.
You weren't sure at first, but now you are definitely sure. You've been followed, all of you.
By whom?
You see a black Chevy sedan hardtop down the street, similar to one you've seen before following you around. You don't know if it's the same vehicle, but you see several hatted figures through the window from even at the distance they're at.
Fantastic.
So they could be one of either gang or maybe even government officials. You're not sure, but you were followed out here.
Hmm.
You gonna tell everybody else?
Yeah.
All right. She wanders around and lets you all know you've been followed out here, and you all look and you see the watchers not too far, maybe about a block down the road, watching you.
Does it look like the same car that we ran from yesterday?
A similar one, but not the same.
Okay.
There's an awful lot of Chevys and Ford, and an awful lot of them look the exact same, but this one looks a little bit different.
Okey-dokey.
Okay, so you told everybody, Aether?
Yes,
Yeah, I did.
Okay. They're just staying there.
they are. They're just watching you.
Well, I rolled a 50 because I wanted to do like an investigation, just like around the area to find like maybe money or keys or anything that might be like important or whatever.
All right.
Yeah.
How successful was your roll?
I rolled a 50 out of sorry, 71.
50 out of 71. You don't find anything super important.
Okay.
You do find some trinkets that are, memorable that you might want to keep for memories. But other than that, nothing like quest related.
Okay, but did I find like keys?
No, not keys. Just memorable stuff. Nothing super important that'll like aid you in your quest.
Okay.
But you might find an old photo or an old picture frame that you could restore or whatnot. Some old statuette your mom loved.
Gotcha.
A ring of power level 5 laid in the rubble.
Secretly belonged to your mother. She was the most powerful mage in the world.
I ask anybody if they happen to find any keys while looking around.
You looking for a specific set of keys?
Like for cars.
No, the keys will be kept with the cars in the garage.
Oh,
The garage didn't burn down, remember?
gotcha.
You searched the last time you were here.
Oh yeah.
But your garage has like 10 cars in it.
Cool. All right.
Everybody gets a car.
And that's if Esther wants to give it to you.
I guess like, does anyone know how to drive here other than me?
Yeah, you all have, I imagine, have your licenses. These days, just about everybody drives. They might just not be driving. But everybody pretty much has some skill towards driving.
Okay.
It's not rocket science.
Yeah. It'll just be your basic physical check. If for some reason there's an emergency on the road, you have to swerve to miss somebody or something, you'd have to actually make a driving check, which would be a skill. But if you don't have the skill, you can pretty much do normal driving no matter what.
Gotcha.
Unless they ask you to parallel park.
Yeah. Difficult situations you have to make a roll for.
Not parallel parking.
But ordinary driving, anybody can do. And even if you don't have a skill, you can still drive with a skill-based check that's just based off of your physical group.
Okay. So Aster, did you find everything that you needed?
No, not really. Just some memorable stuff. Nothing that would help us with anything. But I'm a little concerned about that car over there. But I want to wait for those workers to come here to see where they're taking all the debris.
Okay.
Ruby asked you why.
In case there's something in the debris that'll help us find stuff. And
She says,
that's about it.
She says, do you think there might be something in it?
Maybe.
Anything in particular?
This is just my last resort in trying to find what we're looking for at this point. Whether it's a clue or it's a thing or whatever.
That makes the most sense.
I just don't know when they're going to come down.
She says, oh, I should be going.
Where to?
I should probably head back to my job since I'm
You don't
home.
want to go back there. You should come with me and we should continue to search.
She says, search for what?
What we're all trying to search for, what we've been tasked with.
It's obviously gone.
So you're giving up?
I don't even need a perception check for this.
I need a new place to live. I need an income again.
Well, aren't you being targeted too? And aren't you scared to be on your own? The whole thing you've been raving about the past day.
Yeah, I can take care of myself, I guess.
You guess.
I'm broke. I don't have a job. I don't have a place to live. $5,000 I had is gone. I don't know where it went. I don't see why anybody would be interested in me anymore.
Well, they might be now because they got your face. I'd point over to the car.
Yeah, another reason I should probably go. If they follow me, then you won't have to worry about them.
They're following all of us.
And once they see me return to the brothel, I imagine they'll forget about me anyway. So I'll see you guys later. Good luck.
I think we should all follow her. I
Hey,
guarantee
how about we all take you there at least? Just so
would-
we know to drive there safely.
Oh, that would be nice. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I just want to make sure because, you know, if she goes on her own, at least when she arrives there, she'll be with a bunch of people.
She agrees.
Okay, so then let's go.
You all drive her. How many cars are you taking?
We can all
How
fit
many-
into one, right?
Yeah, they got you got several 4-door sedans and a few sports coupes, but the sedans will be big enough to carry you all.
All right, we'll take a sedan down, and I make sure to lock up the garage before we leave. Not that
Okay.
it might help.
You have a black four-door Chevy sedan coupe. It's got room enough you could actually fit like 6 people in here. 3 in the
Yeah.
front, 3 in the back.
Elbow room.
All right, so I'll drive us down to the brothel.
Okay, you take her back down to the loop and you drop her off at her former workplace. She thanks you all and says, "Good luck. I hope you find what you're looking for."
Hope you make enough money to support yourself.
Oh, I can make money here. Lots of money. And she looks at you, Nicholas, and says, "Why don't you stop by sometime and see me?"
Nah, that's not my cup of tea.
It could be. And she gets out and walks into the building.
I kind of look at everybody and I'm like, I think she's gonna go and try to find it on her own because she now knows where it might be. That's just my idea.
Then
Seth looks at you and he says, "What do you want to do about it?"
Well, my brother told me where the relic is. I didn't want to say it aloud in front of her, but I think she's gonna go and find the stuff. So I think we should follow her.
No, she just went into the building.
Well, there's probably a back exit.
I mean,
Everybody's just sitting there.
we could also just go back and the workers are probably there now, so we can ask them where they've been hauling off the things to. So we can try and get there before she does.
I just have a weird feeling that she suddenly wants to leave. So I feel like she knows more than like we do. So I feel like if we go down there and then find out where they're dumping it and get there, she's gonna already be there with the relic. Is it like could I like roll like perception to see if I kind of would know where they're dumping everything, like a local dump or something like that?
Yes, you indeed can. See if you have that knowledge.
I got a 3 out of 8.
3 out of 8. You think you know where there might be a landfill near your home.
All right. I said, now that I think about it, there might be a landfill kind of near where I live that might be easy for them to dump it at. Let's just drive there. She probably doesn't have a car, so if we go now, we can beat her there.
Everybody make a perception check.
Okay.
2 out of 8.
2 out of 5.
Aether. Oh,
We can't hear you.
we lost audio. We're doing a perception check if you don't know.
Perception.
D10 against your perception.
Ooh, I gotta go back.
I
Did you make it?
got 1.
Oh, you all made it. All right, you all, we'll just say that you monitored the situation all the way over here. That car followed you all the way here. And now, as you're watching it, you see one individual in a black trench coat and the black fedora kind of pulled low over his face, get out of the vehicle. And he walks off down the street. The car is still there and you still see individuals inside it. The guy that got out of the car looked like he was in a hurry. He wasn't out in an outright run, but he was in a very fast jogging walk. And you see him go around the corner.
From the building?
Without having the other people in the car notice, can I tail him?
No, I mean they're across the street. They're watching you. they'd see you get out of this car and follow the guy. They're actively watching you unless you have some way to make yourself invisible.
Wow. So he's probably is he going around the building, like around the bar?
He's across the street. He's not on your side of the street. So he's going away from the bar.
So should we just go down to the dump, or should we go and follow that guy?
I don't know. Seth says it might be important. He looked like he was in a hurry.
All right, can I drive and pull up by the building where he's at?
Well, you'd have to turn around and go around the block because you saw him running around the corner of the block.
I'll do that then.
Okay, so you pull the car around. You see the other car start pulling around as well. What was that, Aether?
Another car's gonna notice her following him.
Yeah,
and yeah, I can't help that.
they're following you anyway. Seth says maybe one of you can get out and go on foot.
Any volunteers?
We can lead the car
I
away.
can.
Is that what you're going to do, Aether?
Yeah.
Okay, so you slow down enough to drop Aether off, and she can hoof it while you guys drive.
Okay.
Yes.
One moment. I have to tinkle so bad.
Well, go. Don't let me stop you.
I go so bad.
All right, Aether, you jump out of the car and you're going to follow the guy on foot.
Yes, I am.
All right, since the other cars are in traffic, you get around the corner before they do, and you see the guy about 2 blocks ahead of you going straight down the street. And he's still kind of at a jog walk.
Mm-hmm.
You following him?
Yes, I'm following.
Okay, he goes about 3 blocks and then he turns left down another street.
Okay.
You head down there and you move and you get around the corner trying to catch up to him, and you see him about a block away and he's crossing the street in this busy traffic because you're in the loop.
Uh-huh.
And he looks like he heads into a building that's called the Monumental Hotel.
Okay.
Do you go in?
Dude, does everyone else know where he's going into?
No, you're ahead of them because you're stuck in traffic back on the other street.
Can I tell them that?
You're too far away. They had just come around the corner as you're at this corner looking at the guy.
Okay, so I'm gonna go in.
All right, you head into the Monumental. Yeah, the rest of you know they turned down a side street, but you're not there yet because you're stuck in traffic. Aether King, you get into the Monumental. In the front of the Monumental, you see 2 thugs. I mean, they're quite obviously thugs. They're wearing their trench coats because it's cold out, but it's their typical mob style. They've got their hats. You see each of them have a hand in their pocket, but you imagine they have a gun in their coat pocket. They're just not visible. They don't seem to bother with you at all as you walk in. Otherwise, as you get into the main lobby, it looks like your standard hotel. And as you're watching, you see the guy that you've been following get into an elevator.
Mm-hmm.
And then the door closes and you see the little, back in the day, they got that little needle starting to move up floors.
And what floor does he get off at?
The very top.
Very top?
Yep, it's lettered with a P, which you imagine means penthouse.
Okay, so I'm exiting and I'm gonna go and tell them where he's at.
Okay. You come back out. As you come back out of the Monumental, you see their car just pull around the corner onto the street.
Uh-huh.
And you wave them down.
All right. I pull up to pick her up.
Okay. You
All
get
right.
back. You're all back together again.
I start heading down toward the dump while Ether tells us.
Oh, you're gonna go to the dump now.
I guess I don't know. Well, Ether, what'd you see?
The guy went up into the penthouse suite.
Okay.
Are we gonna go in and try and follow him, or are we gonna leave it at that, just knowing where he went?
What,
I'm
what kind
guessing
of
he's
group does he seem like he's with?
Make a perception check. You might have general knowledge.
Perception check. I got a 1 again.
All of you are probably going to know this information, especially Nicholas.
I rolled a 5 out of 5.
Even if you failed, Nicholas, you would have known this. The Monumental Hotel is one of Capone's outfits.
Oh.
I'm just assuming he's going in to report what we're doing. I think going up there is just going to be a waste of time. That's just my opinion.
In fact, you actually
isn't.
you actually recognize 2 of the suits standing in front of the hotel.
Oh.
I'm going to drive down to the dump.
You letting anybody know, Nicholas?
Yeah. I'm gonna say, so, we're being followed by Capone now. And his gang, the outfit. And they're, as we know, they're working pretty closely with our wizard friend, Alexander.
So I'm just assuming that they're reporting what we're doing.
Most likely.
So I think we should just head to the dump.
All right, as you get ready, as you all are getting ready, there was also another reason for that perception check. You feel a presence.
Like Alexander Cole presence.
Possibly.
In the car presence or out of the car presence?
You're not sure, you just know it's close. That presence means there is magic being employed near you. Doesn't mean it's in the car. It doesn't mean it's outside the car. You're not sure exactly where it is, other than it's within at least 20 feet from you. Could be 1 foot away, 20 feet away. You're not sure, but you know there's a magical presence near you guys.
Oh, great. Don't tell me it's another invisible goblin.
Well, I guess we should probably start driving to a new location.
Is anyone good at like ditching cars?
You have to make a driving check.
All right, I'm gonna try to ditch the car then, and I guess I'll have to do a driving check. What would I be rolling it against?
My
Since you
character
don't,
has her car, so
what's that? Your character,
Yeah.
what?
I don't have a driving skill.
Right. Well, Aster's driving anyway, so
So what would I be rolling against? Like what group?
since you don't have the driving skill, or do you have the driving skill?
I didn't write it down, so I was just like, I drive. I don't
Oh.
think I'm like a super driver though.
All right, so you don't have the skill. That means you're just going off of your physical group score. What's your physical group score?
11.
11. So you've got an 11% chance to throw these guys off.
Fantastic.
Okay.
And
Well, I have
can
one.
I-
Now you can improve your score, your chance, by having help from your other people. They can make a skill check too, like giving you directions and stuff like that, and they might be able to improve your chances by at least 20% if a couple people help you.
Does anybody here feel confident driving? Because I have an idea of how we can lose them with my magic.
I mean, I have an idea too. I was just gonna wait until we were going fast and just blind the driver.
Okay, sounds good. Let's go.
That you can do.
All right, so I'm gonna start driving and heading down there and just
Are you heading towards the
Same.
dump?
I'm going to drive around until he blinds them and then head towards the dump.
All right. Now you're in traffic because you're in the loop. So you're going to be stuck in traffic for, let's see how long before you get out of the loop. And once you're out of the loop, you'll be able to get up enough speed to do what you want to do. Unless you want to do it in the loop in traffic.
No, I'm gonna wait until I
There's
can
no real
actually, like,
point
get
in
away.
blinding someone when it wears off. They're still going to be in the same spot.
Exactly. It's going to take you at least an hour to get out of the loop. So you drive around the loop for an hour trying to find an exit to the main roads, and you do. And then you're able to pick up some speed heading north. And now you can do your check, your skill.
Okie dokie. So I'm going to use life and control and to target his eyes to make them stop seeing to
Okay.
induce blindness.
Sounds good. Are you going to attempt to cause damage too?
No, just to remove their ability to see.
All right, you only need 1 point for that.
Okay.
Now, it depends on how many rounds you want them to be blinded.
I mean,
It'll be 1d6 rounds per point.
per point, that's more than enough. A round's like what? Probably like 6 seconds.
Enough
Yeah,
time for you guys to get away. 1
Yeah.
point should be plenty.
Okay, we got a 58 against a 90 because I'm synergizing.
Right. He's blinded.
Okie dokie.
And you basically see the car start to swerve a little bit, and then he slams on the brakes, and the car lurches to a stop behind you as you guys continue forward at high speed. And by the time he recovers his blindness, you're out of sight.
There we go.
Nice. And we're on our way.
And you're on your way.
I'll still keep an eye out to see if I see the car again and do it again if I see them.
Sounds good. All right. You drive. It's going to take you. Landfill's north of your house, so you've got a little bit more to go. A couple hours later, it's about 2 p.m. You will finally arrive at the landfill area. It took you a little bit of searching around for it because you didn't know exactly where it was. You just knew vaguely what direction it was in, off of what road, and you eventually find it.
Okay.
You stinky.
When I get there, I'm gonna kind of pull my card off.
Before all that, as you're driving up the main, because you have to come off the highway on this like dirt road, and you start to head toward the dirt road, and before you get to the landfill, you know where you're at now because you saw signs. You see a column of smoke rising up from the landfill. It is pretty big.
Oh.
And as you get closer, you see an active fire somewhere on the grounds. The landfill area has a fenced off area, but the gate's open. And you see bodies laying around the gate.
Oh my goodness.
Are they charred?
No, they're not.
Oh, you're trying to make sure it's not her.
Mm-hmm.
There's fire everywhere, so it must be.
Well, there is fire going on inside the landfill somewhere because you see the column of smoke. And you see it's not just one column. There's several columns that just look like one column from far away. So it looks more like several smaller fires.
All right, I'm gonna pull up by the bodies, by the gate, and get out.
Okay. You get on out.
How dead do they look? Do they look like already dead or just injured?
They look dead.
Is there anyone that might not be dead in that group?
In fact, they look like their bones are broken. Some of them in multiple spots, but all of them have their necks broken.
Oh, great.
They're laying twisted and contorted on the ground. And all of a sudden, as you're like moving up around amongst the bodies, you feel that presence again.
The one from the house?
No, the presence.
The one from the hotel.
There's power being used near you within at least 20 feet.
Yeah, I figured fire and the magic, yeah.
No, that's further off.
Oh,
This is close.
so two different things?
So
I'd,
at this
I'd
point,
like to use a point of life magic to detect where a living being is around me.
you can do that.
Okay. What's that? 89, that failed. Oh wait,
Oh.
no. Eh. Would it synergize with control to see that or just life?
Well, it depends on how you use control to synergize.
I can't really think of it, so no, that
I
failed. That would be 89 to an 80.
Yeah, control is a mind thing.
Yeah.
If you knew where he was at, you could probably do something with his mind. Try to read his thoughts, try to control his thinking, try to control his actions.
Yeah.
All right, but you try to find life and you don't find it. The spell just fizzled out because you lost concentration or whatnot. You gonna try it again?
Uh, might as well, honestly. It's just 1 point anyway. A 1.
Okay. Now the gate is wooden, and there's a wooden fence line. It extends off around the entire landfill site. There is a gatehouse, and you see the bodies laying on the ground. You notice one of the bodies is not dead yet. So one of the bodies lights up in life, along with all your companions standing around you. Plus, on the other side of the gate, hidden from view, you detect a life. Not a human life, a little short, stunted life. So a goblin. And you can see his outline. He's hiding behind the gatehouse.
I'd
At this
like-
point, since you have him in your sights, as it were, make a perception check.
Okay. That's this die here. 1.
1. Wow, another
Yep.
one. All right. You also determine, because of your ability to read magic and your very successful roll, that these goblins don't actually turn invisible. They're very good at camouflage and using the terrain around them. He's currently using the terrain and the fence line to conceal himself from view.
Okay. Well, with that, I'm gonna reach out with 3 points of life no, 2 points of life magic with control and try to stop his heart.
Okay, before you do
Problem.
that, was anybody else doing anything while he was doing his first action?
I'm going to. Is there a way I can just like try and sense where if I can feel the magic from the relic and like where it might be?
Yes, in a moment.
Okay.
But you're not moving anywhere currently.
No.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I needed to know. Seth is just standing there looking over the bodies because he doesn't know what Nicholas is doing yet. All right, go ahead, Nicholas. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna attempt to stop the little gobby's heart.
You're going to attempt to stop his heart.
Yeah,
How many points are you putting into it?
2 points.
2 points. So that's
see my
2d6
finger.
damage.
Yep. And that's a 23 against a 90.
That's a hit. Your spell is successful. You
Mm,
reach out with your control and your force and wrap it around his heart and squeeze with all your might. Do your damage.
9 damage total.
Oof. Roll on the wound table for a gobbledygook. Ooh. I have to roll on the death table now. And oh crap. 09. You see him drop. Well, you see him with your life force looking at him, and his form drops onto the ground behind the fence. You successfully stopped his heart.
Okay. Now I communicate with the group and
Oh, yeah. All of a sudden, the rest of you feel that presence that you felt near you, just like wink out.
Oh,
so I say there was a goblin following us. I just stopped its heart and I point at the man on the ground that's still alive and I say he's still alive.
Yeah. Seth looks over at him, looks over and checks him, puts his hand on his neck. He says, yeah, he's still got a pulse. He looks in bad shape though.
I go over there and like, how bad a shape is he in?
Oh, he's pretty bad. You see his neck is broken. You see one of his arms is broken in 2 places. You think a number of his ribs are broken too, but he's still alive.
I'm gonna expend 1 point from my from the rune that I have from my ring instead of using my own point, and I'm going to attempt to heal his neck area.
You can already tell you're going to need more than 1 point to heal him.
Or just his neck.
Well, for any significant amount to bring him back from the brink, you're going to need to expend at least 2 points.
All right, I'll do 2 points, 1 from the rune, one of my own points.
Okay. Go ahead and roll 2d6 then to heal him.
Nine.
9. Oh, very good. You see his neck snap back into place and fuse together like new, and all of his other bones all of a sudden fuse back together. With 9 points, you were able to heal all of his broken bones.
Oh wow!
And you see his eyes pop open looking at you. He starts to let out a scream and then takes a deep breath instead.
I'm like, who did this to you?
I don't know. What just happened? God,
We just
I'm in pain.
I like help sit him up and I say, I came here to look for some of my things and I saw it like this, completely destroyed and dead bodies everywhere.
Yeah, there's 3 bodies on the ground, and he was the 4th, but you just brought him back from the brink. Then he's looking around. He says, I just saw him dropping one by one. Then all of a sudden I felt a lot of pain and that was it.
Well, go get some help. Maybe call someone.
He says, yeah, right. He gets up. He's still hurt a little bit, but you healed him mostly back to full. Then he runs into the shack.
That's our alibi.
we are the heroes now.
You see him winding up his phone to get ready to make a call. So what are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna try to sense where the relic might be.
Oh, yeah, you sense it somewhere in the middle of the landfill out there.
Can I pinpoint it more accurately with a roll?
No.
Could we
You-
pinpoint it through a game of hot and cold?
You know it's straight. If you face the center of the landfill some distance off, you know it's in front of you.
And is there any other presence that might have like caused the fire?
Not that you can detect from this range, but you can detect a powerful presence coming from the center of the landfill.
All right, I'm heading over there then with everybody, hopefully.
Okay.
Yipperoni.
All right. As you're moving through the landfill, you got to move through some piles of trash and junks and everything else. And then as you come around, getting closer, you feel more and more of the powerful presence. It blinds anything else you might witness. You know there's something very powerful emanating from the center of this landfill. And
Okay.
it's also the center of the landfill is also where those spouts of flame are coming from. And as you get there, you come around a bend through a bunch of junk cars. And as you come around the corner, you see a wide open, scarred, charred area, probably about 50 feet in diameter. That's just completely bare ground that's all blackened. And a series of fires are ringing the area from burning trash and burning bits and pieces of tire and everything else. Like there was just a massive fireball that exploded in this area that caused several smaller fires around it. In the very center of it, you see Alexander.
Right.
You see him standing over the body of Ruby, who's like crouched down on all fours. It looks like all of her appendages are broken and twisted back, still operating, but they look more like, she looks more like a spider with her arms arched up over her back and her legs arched up over her back, and they're like on the ground, all fours on the ground, lifting her body up like a spider. She kind of reminds you of a spider just standing there. And she has black tentacles poking out of her mouth. And she
What?
hisses at you when she sees you.
Oh, wow.
And Alexander looks over at you. You see in his hand, he's holding a golden torque. It's shining bright. And you see the power just emanating off of it, almost blinds you for an instant. And it's not really blinding you. Just the wave of power that you're just unused to feeling near you kind of like blinds you for the briefest of seconds. And then it dims and you can see it quite clearly in his hand. He's holding the golden torque. And he's smiling at you. And he says, "Thank you. You led me to it, as I knew you would." He says, "How do you like my pet?" And he looks down at Ruby.
What did you do to her?
"Oh, I didn't do that to her." He says, "Have fun with her." And he snaps his finger and he winks out of existence. Roll initiative.
Ew. It's so gross. Did she willingly wanted to look like that? Gross.
6. Let's see you guys when this is
6
over.
also.
I got a 1.
Seth got a 9.
So-
Wow.
so-
Oh, roll.
you got-
Wait, we're rolling initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's only got a 3 agility. I rolled max.
Mm.
Seth,
10.
no, you beat Seth. You also beat the creature laying on the ground that used to be Ruby. She reminds you distinctly of your dream, except for the whole spider-looking presence.
Uh-huh.
But the tentacles look just like they were in your dream.
Ew. I don't need that right now.
Yeah, when you came out, she is at least 50 feet away from you, at the center of this burnt-out circle.
Mm-hmm.
And it's your turn. Remember, you get 2 actions per turn. You can move and attack, attack and attack, defend and defend, attack and defend.
Can I shoot an air arrow in her head?
How are you going to do it?
It's using.
The answer is yes. I just need to know exactly how you're doing it, so I know if you're synergizing and all that neat stuff.
Yes, I am.
But how are you
With
synergized?
force. I want to like
So-
force. air
So
to be-
basically, you're going to create the air and form it into the shape of an arrow, and then you're going to use force to send it to the target.
Yes.
That gives you a +10 bonus, but you're already at a -20 for the day, so you have a -10 to your skill. If your skill
Okay.
is 65, that means you got a 55% chance out of 100 to hit her in the noggin. How many points?
3.
3 points.
Got 20.
20. That's a hit. Your air arrow hits her in the head. Go ahead and roll your damage. D6
Damn it.
per point.
per point.
Yeah, however many points you spent into the spell is how many points of damage you do. So a
So
D6
I
for
roll-
every point.
So I roll 3 times then.
Yeah, if you spent 3 points, you can roll 3d6
Roll
as your
4.
damage.
I rolled a 4, a 5, and a 5, so it's 14.
14 points of damage. Your arrow hits her in the forehead. Boom. But it doesn't drop her.
Okay.
Hmm.
So now she just has an arrow stuck in her. Well, and technically, it's just a hole in her head.
You don't see all the arrows gone now. Since it was just made of air, but it did its damage, and you see blood trickling down the hole in her forehead. But she appears unfazed by it, unfortunately.
Can I do it again?
You can do 2 attacks per round, yes. So you spent 3 points already, so that's 3 fatigue as well.
Okay, so 2 now. 2
Ready?
points.
I'm going to use 2 points for another arrow.
Yeah.
Make your roll.
29.
29.
Yeah.
Roll your damage, 2d6.
6.
6. Okay, this time you see her head lurch back a little bit. Last time it didn't seem to do a whole lot. This time her head lurches back a little bit, and you see she kind of like shakes on her, like she's trying to force herself to stay in her position.
Uh-oh.
She appeared to feel that blow more than she did the last one.
Yahoo!
All right, your turn is done. Nicholas got a 6. Astor Smith got a 6. Seth got a 7. She got an 8, so she's next. So she's going to need a full move action to get anywhere near any of you guys. She's going after Nicholas. She charges right up to you. She won't be able to do anything this round, but the stink coming off of her is overwhelming. Make a will check.
Will check. Okay.
Willpower.
Does it remind me of the stink from my nightmare the other day?
Yes.
Okay, I rolled the 2 against a 5 for willpower.
Okay, so you smell it, but it doesn't cause you to be nauseated or anything else. You manage to maintain your composure amidst the onslaught of this horrible stench that's emanating from this creature that stands before you that used to look like Ruby. And then Seth, in his action, unloads 2 rounds at her with his 1911 service pistol. First roll is a hit. Second roll is a hit. He throws 2 45 slugs into her body. 7 for the first one. 6 points of damage for the second one. You see these 2 slugs slam into her, and you see as a result, her body seems to warp, get a little thicker, and darken. You see blood oozing from the 2 45 wound holes in her side. And as her body warps, it also gets a more rounded appearance. And you see what appears to be, because the dress she was wearing is kind of like ripped. You see like some kind of coarse hair growing out of the darkening flesh.
Fabulous.
And at the same instance, everybody make a perception check.
4 out of 8.
3 out of 5.
And Aether.
2.
Excellent. Out of seemingly nowhere, a goblin appears behind some rubble of a car, who is cleverly hidden, but now visible, and he charges down Astor Smith.
Fantastic.
You see him do a round to get to you, and then he rakes his wicked-looking black talons at your body. Ooh, 9.
9. 9 what?
9 to hit. That was just a hit roll. Oh, darn it. Only 5 points of damage. What's your max health?
11.
11?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You get to roll on the wound table.
Fun joy, fun joy. Let me just update my health really quick.
Mm.
Got 82. Phased.
Dazed. All right, so you won't have an action this round. Does it say how many rounds? Is it a D4 roll?
Well, it says -10 to all skill checks.
Oh, okay.
1d4 rounds, no negative effects.
All right. Roll a D4. 1 round. So you're just dazed for this round.
Okay.
So you have a minor disadvantage.
Yep. I'm gonna have to switch that wound table around and make it the high rolls bad and low rolls good. Since you guys keep rolling high. Oh, and that the claws of his talons that ripped across your side because he kind of barreled in at you from the side. And so he raked you down just under your arm, down your side, one rib cage, and the wounds are burning, not like in flames, just burns.
Yeah.
And now it's Nicholas's turn. Since Aster's dazed, she'll go after you, Nicholas.
Okay, how close am I to Aster?
Oh, you're all pretty close. You all walked in as a group.
Well, I'm gonna lay a hand on Aster and expend 1 point of magic to heal her using all of them, really. So I'm assuming there's some form of like pathogen or something or poison on the claws of the goblins. So I'm gonna use death magic to remove any toxins from that have entered her body, and control to kind of force the flesh closer together, and life to heal the wound.
Sounds good to me. Get a plus 20 bonus for synergy.
74.
Okay, roll a d6 to heal.
4.
All right, you get 4 points back, Aster.
Yay. I'm not as hurt.
And your wound doesn't appear to be stinging anymore.
That's good. Less.
And I'm gonna take my other action to shoot the creature in front of me that was formerly Ruby.
Yeah, before you do all of that, because of the combination of spells with your control, you discover that the toxins used isn't really a toxin. It's more of an acidic type thing that's emanating off the goblin.
Okay.
It doesn't do any great damage, but it does cause pain and discomfort, which in game terms causes negative modifiers to your skill checks. But you cured that when you did the spell.
Okie dokie. Sounds good.
So go ahead and do your second action. Who are you attacking?
The amorphous blob of Ruby.
Okay.
We're gonna miss at point blank range.
So critical fail.
No, I got a 78, but my skill is 43.
Okay. All right, you got off balance after you healed Aster and didn't quite make your attack. Aster, your turn.
Okay, so the goblin is obviously right next to me.
Yes.
So I'm probably gonna want to deal with that.
Yeah, he kind of did a tumbling attack at you and raked your side and got back up on his feet just past you. So he's within attack range.
Okay, so I am going to where's my thing? Where's that at? I'll probably use a couple more points. I am going to use 2 points, one from my ring, one from my normal points. Let's see, I'm sorry. I have to like hop around to like find this part. Okay. One. So I'm gonna use 2 points to use some of the water in my pouch to like spear the goblin through the head.
Go for it. You
So
gonna
that would
center
be my water and control.
water
I mean, my
control?
water and force. Water and force.
Okay, you can do that. That's a 10% bonus.
Okay. Um, 31 out of I think like 80
You hit.
or 80 something.
Roll your damage.
Okay, and since that was a 2 point, that's 1d6 plus 3.
No, it's 2d6. This is
Or 2
spell.
points?
Yeah, it's 1d6 damage per point you use. So you use 2 points, so it's 2d6 damage.
Okay, I got 10.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I forgot all about the chart. You're correct, and I've been wrong.
Oh,
I
okay.
was thinking of something else. It's whatever the chart does for 2 points.
Okay, so re-rolling.
Yeah, just roll whatever the chart says.
Okay,
For
so
2 points.
1d6 plus 3,
There you go.
that's 9.
9 points of damage. I apologize for that, everyone. I've been doing it wrong the whole time this game.
I wish you found out after my turn.
Well, no, you got it better. You got an automatic plus 3 points for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
you could have rolled 2 ones.
I guess so.
So it's better to use the chart.
I got a 9 on my roll to spear him through the head.
Yep. And he's making his roll right now on the wound table. You see him drop, but he's not dead.
Okay.
Okay, it's your turn. Aether King, you doing anything? I guess not. All right, new round.
Aether.
Yeah,
You doing anything? It's your turn.
I already had my turn first.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Both
She
actions?
was the fastest in our group.
Nah. All right, Seth already went. Everybody went. Roll initiative.
We're doing another round roll for initiative.
Yep, it's initiative time. Everybody did their actions.
8.
Also 8. Yo, stop rolling my roll.
I'm saying it first, so you're
4.
still in my rolls.
4, 8, 8. Seth got a 7.
You shouldn't be able to have an initiative below 7.
Let's say there's
Her
Hmm.
agility is 7.
her agility is 7.
Yeah.
7 plus 4 then.
7 plus 4. Yeah, so it's a 7 plus a d6.
11.
So you're an 11. And you beat Ruby then. You're first.
Again.
Again,
Okay.
The fastest person.
you have a high agility, so 9 times out of 10, you're going to be faster than everybody else.
Can I shoot more arrows?
Ruby's only got an agility of 6, so she comes close to you. Yeah, you can shoot more arrows if you got spell points. Even if you don't have spell points, you can continue to cast spells.
I do have spell points. Just one more though. 1.
You're just going to do 1 point.
Yep.
You don't want to go in the negatives.
I'm already gonna go in the fatigue negatives now.
Oh,
1 point into fatigue.
I'm good with that.
Okay, yeah, I know you are. So.
All right, cast your spell, 1 point.
Okay.
Remember, you got a minus 10 modifier.
21.
You made it. So go ahead and roll your damage for 1 point on the chart, which is what?
Damage on the chart.
Yeah, for 1 point.
I got a 5 when I rolled, and damage.
For 1 spell point, I think is 1d6.
Yeah.
Okay. So you did 5 points of damage
Yeah.
for Ruby. Okay, she seems to lurch from the impact a little bit, but she's still up. And you notice when you hit her in the head, her head morphs a little bit. Her skin darkens even more. More fur seems to come out of her flesh, like very coarse, sharp bristles. And her eyes seem to grow. She's looking more and more like a real spider, like a big one.
That's creepy.
Her arms and legs appear to become jointed more. And the stench gets even more powerful. I need you all now to make a will check, even though she's not as close to you as she is to Nicholas.
This is my favorite smell. I'm starting to like it.
1d6 plus will, right?
1d6 against your will, yes.
Oh, 1d6?
No, I'm sorry, d10 against your will. You're trying to roll under your will.
Oh, okay.
It's a
I
will
got a
check.
5.
I
I
got,
got a 5 on
2.
5.
2 out of 9.
So all of you made it. All right, you're not heaving up on the ground. But the smell is overpowering. It's awful. A thick, nasty stench of like death. Okay. You doing a second action, Aether? Oh, you need to make a fatigue check, by the way.
Oh yeah, I do. 63, and that is drop weapon, but I don't have a weapon.
Yep, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
All right, you're going to do a second action. You can choose to defend. That means any attack thrown against you, you get an active defense against, or you can do anything else.
So I can use that for later.
Yeah, if remember, you get 2 actions per turn. You can attack and defend, defend. Move,
Okay,
move.
yeah, I'm gonna think of it.
Yeah, you can combine them any way you want. So you're going to defend.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to use your second action in defense in case you get attacked. All right, in 11, Ruby goes against Nicholas again. Those tentacles reach out towards you.
My sweet and supple body.
You're going to get a contest against your D10 against your agility, please.
D10 against my agility. That's probably the best thing that I could deal with right now. I got a 4 against my 5.
4 against your 5, so you beat it by 1. She beat hers by 2, so she hit. Those
Damn.
tentacles, she leaps up, wraps her legs around your shoulders, and you feel those coarse bristles dig into your shoulders like little tiny knives. And she wraps those black tentacles around your head and squeezes, doing 3 points of damage.
Okay.
You feel an intense pressure from those tentacles and a slight burning sensation from them on your head. What's your total health?
It's 13.
Okay, so you don't have to make a roll on the moon table, not yet.
Nope, thank God.
All right, and that was her first action. Her second action, now that she holds you, there is no contest. She attacks you with that one tentacle. Ooh, I rolled a 3. That tentacle shoots right into your mouth and launches down your esophagus.
Mm,
And
delicious.
she does 4 points of damage.
Oh, jeez.
Now you need to make a roll on the wound table.
Yup. Here comes the first person to go. Where's the wound table here?
Just don't roll a 10 or under.
Okay, I take 1d4 damage per round. Serious wound.
Okay, so this round you take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
And her action is done. Seth is now up. He's going to shoot 2 more rounds into Ruby. First one is a hit. Second shot is a hit. So 2 more 45 slugs into her body. Seven for the first one, 9 for the second attack. Ruby drops. You feel the pressure of the tentacles on your head lighten up. All right. Now it's you both went in 8. So Nicholas, since you got the tentacle down your throat, you're first. Ruby is now finally dead.
Okay, so moving costs fatigue, right?
It's
In
going to take
combat.
you. It's going to take you at least one action to pull that tentacle out of your body,
Yes.
and then you still have another action after that.
I obviously pull a tentacle out of my throat.
Right.
Probably vomit a little.
You going to do anything with your second action?
Have I regained fatigue points from when I stopped the heart of the goblin before we entered this combat?
Yeah, you would have been fresh.
Oh, okay. I'm going to heal myself then with 2 points
Okay.
through this exact same method that I did to Aster.
Sounds good. Make your skill check, and if you succeed, you get
68 against 100 with bonuses.
all right. So just look at the magic table and find out how many points you get back. I think it's D6 plus 3, if I remember right, from what Aster
Yep.
said before.
5
for-
points of
which
health
one?
back.
2
Which
points was,
one?
yeah, 1d6 plus 3.
I'm at 11 hit points now.
Okie dokie. So you heal yourself in your second action. Aster, your turn.
Okay, so, and she's still alive? She just dropped?
No, she's dead. She
Oh.
collapsed after that second bullet hit her.
And, like, she's for sure dead.
Dead.
Alright, and then the only thing that's still left alive is the goblin?
He's still laying on the ground. He's dazed
Okay, so
from your last attack.
we're still in combat.
Yes,
Okay.
except the goblin is not really doing much for this round because he's dazed.
And those are only enemy left right now?
The only one you see.
Okay, so I guess I'm going to look around and see if there's any more enemies and see if I can like
Well, before you do that, remember he's just dazed. That means he's only got a minus modifier to his attack. That means he can still have an action this round.
oh, so he's still like okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He
I
just
guess I'll
hasn't.
do-
He just hasn't taken his turn yet.
Gotcha. I'm going to try and finish him off. So I'm going to use 2 points,
we
one for
detain
my
him?
rude, one for my normal points. And then I'm going to
Did you hear what
This
Aether
is-
said?
what?
Aether said something about detaining him. I wasn't sure if you heard her.
No, I
Yeah.
didn't.
I
Now you-
did.
Now you did.
Thank you.
She basically
Detain him.
shouts. She basically shouts out as you're getting ready to attack. Detain him.
Freeze his-
I don't know if I can detain him.
You don't know if you can.
So do
That
whatever
was
you
my
do. Whatever you like. I'm just letting you know that you heard Aster shout that out. Or
Let me
Aether.
kidding. Let me see. So yeah, I'm gonna use 2 points, one for my ring, one for my normal points, and I'm going to use my water and force to and just to like stab him again through the head.
Okay, go for it. Make your skill check.
47 out of 80 something.
Yep, you hit. Roll your damage.
That's 1d6 plus 3. 8. Yeah.
Not dead yet. Almost. Well, he's got to roll on the wound table though. I'm rolling low. Damn. Death table. He crumples on the ground. He looks dead.
I say, is he dead?
He looks dead. You can check. You're out of combat rounds now.
I say we should check if they're dead. So I check the goblin.
Yeah, he appears dead.
I'll
Shake-
use
You shake
life.
him. You shake him. He doesn't move.
I'm gonna use a point of life magic to detect the life around me to see if they have life
Yeah.
force in them.
Okay. Ace,
Oh, what
Aster, when you touch him to check see if he's dead, you get that like sticky goo on your fingers and it burns slightly.
Wiping it off.
Okay. It doesn't do any damage. It's just an irritant.
Yeah.
77 against 80.
Yeah, they're both dead.
Okay, dead. Good. I'm gonna inspect the
Yeah.
creature.
Yeah,
that
and
we-
Ruby still looks like a half spider. She didn't change back after she was killed. She still retains some human features, but she is mostly spider now. Kind of creepy looking.
I'm gonna also go look at her too with Nicholas.
Just inspect the body of Ruby, try to see what kind of creature we could have called her besides giant spider through arcane knowledge check.
All right, go ahead.
Oh god, I can't reach my dice. 67 against the 70.
67 against the 70.
Yep.
From your knowledge, you don't know any specific name for what this creature is, but you do remember at some point in some reading that you've done in the past. Maybe it was in school, maybe it's just something you looked up on your own at a library about an ancient spider cult
Okay.
that supposedly in ancient history could turn humans into spiders.
Okay.
But you don't really know if it's related to this presence. But it would seem plausible. You said you made a roll too, Aster?
No, but I wanted to just look at her body, like does she have like spider eyes or anything like that?
Partially, yeah, because she was changing.
Okay, so she just looks like
Yeah, each round you notice she was changing her form towards that of a giant spider.
it's pretty gross.
So she still has some human features, but not much anymore. She almost completed the full change, but she needed 2 more rounds.
Yeah, we should go now.
We have to find Alexander Cole
Yep.
now that he has the most powerful artifact.
Yeah, but we should go before like the police get here.
Yeah, this is probably a good point to stop. It's already 9:30. Everybody make your experience roll check.
Two. Where's my
I
pencil?
got a 3.
Now at 15 experience points.
Yes.
How many experience points did you get, Aether?
2.
Oh, not me.
Yeah, and you each get another extra point for role play. We actually had some combat this game.
Yeah. Pretty intense combat.
Let's see.
And we technically had a player death this game.
Technically. Good thing it was just a bad dream. Or was it?
It was prophecy.
Maybe she wasn't dreaming and you all are.
Dun, dun, dun.
So with 10 points, I want to try to raise my stamina.
You gonna gamble?
Yeah, I'm gonna gamble.
All right.
I have to
What is your current stamina?
a 5.
A 5, so you got to roll a 6 or above on a D10. If you fail, you lose the 10 points. And you don't get to raise your stamina. If you succeed, you get to keep your 10 points and you raise your stamina 1 point.
It's so risky. I mean, like it's like 50% chance, right?
Exactly. You get a 50-50 chance.
Okay.
Got to roll a 6 or above.
I got a 9.
There you go. You made it. So you get a point of stamina. And you don't have to spend the experience points. Anybody else?
I'm gonna gamble 10 points for agility.
Go for it.
Okay.
Got to roll above your agility score.
6 over 5.
Is that a success or a failure?
It's a success.
There
I
you
now
go.
increase up to 6
There you go.
with the roll of a 6.
Awesome. You get to keep your experience points. Anybody else?
Um, can I upgrade my air magic skill?
Yes, you can. Point for point. You can expend as many points as you want to increase it.
5 points from my
Yep.
from 16.
Okay. So you can
Okay.
increase 5 points by spending 5 experience points.
Gun has now become a 50-50 chance.
Now, keep in mind, you can only gamble once per game session, but you can still expend experience points normally if you wish.
Can I gamble
You can. You haven't done it yet.
on my power points?
Though to increase your power points, you got to increase your willpower
So willpower then.
because your power points are equal to your willpower. So roll a d10 against your willpower. You have to roll above your current willpower score.
Roll above. See. I did not roll above.
So you lose 10 points.
Yep. Okay. I'm good.
Everybody done with experience?
Yep.
Any last minute things before we end the game?
No, I think I'm
No.
good.
So at the end of this game session, you're all leaving the landfill and heading off somewhere, and we'll figure that out the next game. We'll go ahead and say goodbye to everybody. And,
Bye.
and end the stream. See you all next time.
See you next time.
Stream is in.
Ooh.
Today I'll load the video up to YouTube.
Mhm.
Sounds good to me.